Welcome to Chateau, a great place to keep your important LDAR stuff and a really cool place to work. Let's explore Chateau's component grid with the frequency status displayed. We've got the normal grid selected. We're going to open Lunit 1 and we're going to see M21 frequency and next M21Y. We're going to talk about that. Let's see if we can't bring some sample components to the top that will illustrate how the frequency works on the component grid. Put these in numeric order, and you can see that we have M21 frequency of Q, which means it's a quarterly component, and the next M21Y is the Q schedule, the quarterly scheduled component for this inspection for this component. Same for semi-annual and semi-annual, annual and annual. But here on this component, you can see it's an MMQ component, which is 2 consecutive months not leaking. Then it goes to a quarterly frequency. And the next M21Y tells the story of what the next monitoring event will be, which in this case, since it's a brand new database, will be an M1, which is the first of these 2 months here. We're looking at this. If it passes in this reading, then next month it will show MMQ as the frequency, but the next M21Y will be M2. And then when the M2 passes, it goes to MMQ. You can see that pumps are monthly. And here we have a valve in light liquid service that happens to be a DTM, so it has an annual frequency, but Chateau recognizes its next M21Y as being DTM. That enables us to do some pretty cool things with this DTM. First of all, keep it with all its brother DTMs. It's not a typical annual component, it's a DTM. It also helps us organize it in the queue, helps us keep all the ones together for tours, and then it helps communicate to the technician precisely what the nature of this component and the work that he has to do is. The next one, tag 106, is a quarterly valve, but it's an FDTM. An FDTM is a frequency DTM, which means it used to be a DTM. It retired because there were more than 3% in the particular unit where these components are. And we can keep the reference to DTM in the next M21Y, keep touring it with the DTMs, and keeping track of it from that point of view, but recognizing that it's an FDTM, it's not a regular DTM. The next thing is we have a connector and flange exchanger header. We have this on a quarterly and a quarter. So you have these connectors here are annual, but you can go out to the subtype level and create special frequencies for components. And the last and one of the best ways of understanding the next M21Y is tag 108 is a PRV that's scheduled quarterly, but its next M21Y is PRV release response. Because there's been a release on that PRV. Someone went into Chateau, scheduled a PRV release monitoring event, and now that is what is being displayed here. Now, the way Chateau works is you have the same functionality in this. If you want to find out what kind of monitoring you have to do here, you can see all of the different types. You can clear that filter. If you want to find out the M21Ys, and you put right here and you get the list of all the M21Ys, you see that PRV release. That is the component grid with scheduling information shown. Thanks for exploring Chateau with us. The most important question is how can we do it better?